Well, later this morning, testimony will resume in the retrial of Michael Dunn. How many witnesses have already taken the stand to testify? And there was no choice but to demolish a historic building in St. Augustine after it partially collapsed. What construction crews were doing to save the foundation. Well, good Friday morning. It's finally Friday, and my goodness, Richard, please tell me there's some good news. It still feels good this morning, so that's I'll take that. But what about any rain in our forecast?
Oh, yeah, we got some rain in the forecast. Matter of fact, right now we've got the 68-degree temperatures, foggy conditions. Could even pick up some of those light showers and mist here this morning as I drove in, mostly because of the fog. I had to hit the wiper just because of some of the light mist. And temperatures right now at 68 by the degrees. That's quite a bit warmer than we had yesterday. There we go. We've actually got some showers, not just the little bit of mist stuff. Take you to the south here, in and around Flagler, right there on the border. Flagler getting into areas around Volusia County. A few of those little spotty downpours, and it looked like there were a couple more that were getting a little bit closer to our beaches. This will take us just offshore here. Not talking about the widespread stuff yet, but you can see what's already building in. Later today, under what will be that northeasterly flow, more of those showers, downpours, and even some storms. Speaking of the fog, we're down to a third of a mile visibility here for Jax. You got 7, and then where we had 4 when I got in, now down to 3, Brunswick and Waycross, Valdosta, showing up already at 2 miles visibility. Elsewhere, it's looking pretty good here for the start of this finally Friday. Temperatures upper 60s, even some low 70s, and where we had an even low 70 yesterday, like St. Augustine. Look at Fernandina sitting right now at 77 degrees. Everything's starting to mix up a little bit as we get ready for that northeasterly flow and the increase of the showers. So right now, 20%. That'll build into a 40% chance, eventually 50-50 at 3 o'clock. Becomes that 60% chance, and that's the way we'll take you through about 7 o'clock tonight. We'll step those numbers down, but we will continue with that chance for some showers and storms, and that's mainly going to influence areas around the beaches and the coastal zones. We're breaking it down zone by zone, coming up into a full weather forecast in 10 minutes. Ashley, back to you.
Well, covering the retrial of Michael Dunn. In just a few hours, Dunn will be back in a Duval County courtroom. He returns for the second day of testimony at 9 o'clock in his retrial for the shooting death of Jordan Davis. Prosecution will continue its case after calling 10 witnesses yesterday. Channel 4's Scott Johnson has more on some of the most important proceedings from day 1 of testimony.
Witnesses and first responders took the stand in Michael Dunn's retrial today as they described the horror in the Gate gas station parking lot when Dunn opened fire, killing Jordan Davis.
I saw Jordan Davis leaning over into his friend's lap. I reached over and tried to take his pulse again, but wasn't able to.
And could you explain specifically how Jordan Davis's body was when you opened this door?
He was laid out across the seat.
Officer Robert Holmes testified the other teens in the car with Jordan Davis that night were simply stunned by the events, and he discovered Davis was not going to survive.
Once we tried to calm his friend down, and after a couple of seconds, once I got him calm enough to check his pulse, I could feel that Jordan Davis did not have a pulse.
Paramedics who were also on the scene testified that during the 14-minute ambulance ride to then Shands Hospital, they made no headway in saving Davis, who was already lifeless.
Once we got him into the rescue, we intubated him.
And what do you mean by intubated him?
You put a tube into their trachea, so it would go straight into their lungs.
Did that help him breathe as well?
Yes.
At any time after you and your fellow rescue workers arrived and began working on the patient, Jordan Davis, did he ever regain consciousness?
No.
Attorneys also questioned witnesses from the Gate gas station who heard the shots that peppered the red SUV the teens tried to escape in.
I saw him shoot. After the first 3 shots, I looked out and then I saw the next ones, and that's when I dropped down.
And court resumes later this morning at 9. At the Duval County Courthouse, Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.
Stay with News4Jax, both on air and online, to bring you the latest on the retrial of Michael Dunn. We're streaming live, gavel-to-gavel coverage on News4Jax.com. We're also hosting a live chat during the retrial. You can also download our free News4Jax app to your smartphone or tablet so you can stay in the loop. Well, this morning, a Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is searching for whomever shot a man in Arlington. It happened around 9 last night at the University Place Apartments on University Boulevard. Officers found a man outside who had been shot several times. He was taken to UF Health Shands with life-threatening injuries. Witnesses told police they saw people run away after the shooting. If you have any information that can help police with their investigation, call Crime Stoppers at 866-845-TIPS. Community activists and neighbors held a vigil for two girls who were murdered before their bodies were dumped along a North Side road. The group Mad Dags walked along the same area last night where the bodies of 19-year-old Angelia Magnum and 18-year-old Taisha Ball were discovered about a week ago. The group knocked on doors asking for tips and also held a candlelight vigil in memory of the young girls. The president of Mad Dad says whomever's responsible for killing these young girls is still on the street and needs to be brought to justice soon.
We have two grave concerns here. One, the way the murder was, the way it happened, you know, so brutal. But most of all, that they left them right out here, that children in this neighborhood could have come along and found them.
I'm outraged. There were two double murders, last week. Those two men, and then there was also two other women that were murdered, and I don't understand why Jacksonville isn't outraged. I am just sick about it. All these murders, and we need to do something. People need to tell what they know, and they know. They do know.
If you know anything about this case or who could have killed these teens, please call Crime Stoppers. It is 1-866-845-TIPS. A 31-year-old man is facing charges even though he's been released from jail. He was arrested after a Yulee woman says she caught him looking through her bathroom window. The Nassau County Sheriff's Department says the woman's ability to give a detailed description of the man helped them make a speedy arrest. She even told 911 dispatchers that he had on a suit and tie. Well, minutes later, deputies found this man, Thomas DiMarzio, less than a mile away from his home. Investigators say he told them he was walking around the neighborhood because he didn't get good cell phone reception at his home. He then denied being at the woman's window. Well, the woman told Kamasi Aaron she's going to make some changes to increase her privacy.
What will you do differently now?
Curtains. Curtains on all the windows that don't have curtains.
Do you think your sense of security here has changed?
Absolutely. Absolutely, it has. But hopefully, as a whole, my family and the neighborhood, that we can kind of get past this and work together to keep our eyes out more and just be more aware of what's going on.
A News4Jax went by DiMarzio's home, but a woman there told us he is unavailable. Well, there's a warning from health officials in St. Johns County this morning about a mosquito alert. Health experts have identified 43 species of mosquitoes. 7 of those are confirmed to actually carry diseases. They tell us several sentinel flock chickens in the county have tested positive for West Nile. Officials say there have already been 20 confirmed cases this year and warn the risk of transmission to humans has gone up. Experts say it's possible the West Nile risk will last through November, so it's important to drain any standing water and cover up your skin with clothing or repellent. Also in St. Johns County, a building that stood in St. Augustine for more than 200 years was demolished. The Bath Junkie house partially collapsed yesterday afternoon and was demolished a few hours later. No one was injured. The owner of the building says that engineers were at working on the building, the concrete collar around the foundation, in an attempt to stabilize it. And the building was built back in 1803. Governor Rick Scott will be in Jacksonville today to make an important jobs announcement. That announcement will happen at the Chamber of Commerce at 9 a.m. Mayor Alvin Brown, the city council, and state officials will be on hand as well. News4Jax will have a camera crew there. In fact, I'm going to be there. We'll bring you the latest when the announcement is made. That could be another reason to buy an iPhone 6, what a new study says about its charging costs, coming up in today's Talkers. And U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder put in his resignation after 6 years on the job. What President Obama is saying about his years of service. That's next.
Like WJXT4, the local station, on Facebook.
GarberGMCars.com, the place to find the best small-town pricing in Florida on all new Chevy, Buick, and GMC. Visit GarberGMCars.com from your home computer, tablet, or smartphone. Chevy, find new roads.
For answers to your legal questions, visit forthepeople.com or on your cell phone, dial #law. Being connected, staying connected. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Friends, choose from a huge selection of used cars priced under $99.99 at both Southside Kia and Kia of Orange Park. This week at Kia of Orange Park, this Hyundai Accent just $39.99. We got this Silverado for just $49.99. This Chrysler Sebring, amazing $69.99. How about this Kia Rio for only $89.99? SUV lovers, this Kia Sorento just $99.